he has to back away, and you often just get free punishes on the landing, and that's really where we saw Synnister make a lot of money in those clutch situations, and it's a reason we're gonna see him do it first against the child, now against the adult. The boy's all grown up into a man, and Synnister is still fighting the same battles.
The boy, now a man, has come back for revenge. Deltaforce, piloting that Master Sword. Let's see if you're ready for this. So, we are here and going into winners finals. I do believe it is best of 3 action. I'm just going to confirm that real fast. But yeah, either way, this is winners finals here at the 223rd edition of Fusion here on twitch.tv/Collision Series.
That was Yeah, you let it be you a little bit there. Unfortunately, Synnister. Ken Masters rules at a lot of things, but getting back from down low is not one of them. Now starting off in about the worst possible position, down an entire stock, less than 30 seconds into the game, but Ken's speed allows you to close so much space too. If you can smother Deltaforce, you have every opportunity to take this one right back.
Yeah, and just to correct myself, it is in fact best of 5 for winners final, and we are going to get it at 2 stocks each now. But yeah, you're right. The switch over to Ken, maybe you could ask some questions about that. What is the thought process behind this for Synnister, though, do you think?
I think Fireball is a lot worse against Remote Bomb than it is against Young Link Bomb.
Ooh.
And I think that overall, you are really good at closing the gap here against a character that, with Link, and especially the way Deltaforce plays it, is very measured, has a lot of set play around Boomerang, around that Remote Bomb, and so being able to maneuver with that extra speed makes a lot of difference. Plus, I think Ken is just a little bit more explosive in the way he finds on his combos. He can be a little bit more creative in his routes, and I think that play matches up well against Deltaforce on paper.
I mean, on paper is going to be the acting words in this instance,
Yeah.
Retro, as we are seeing the, I look, hey, I just wanted to make sure this is not you being wrong. This is the game playing out as it will.
We might live in the digital age, but paper still has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, very true. I mean, unless you're talking about against that just works sometimes, right? But let's see what a computer does against a rock. I have.
Yeah.
It doesn't end out well, but we're going to see now the Tots beautiful instance of the back air being useful there for Ken Masters is going to take that stock, and we are at 1 apiece. But is this too little, too late? DI into the corner. You're not going to live too many more of those, especially on the shortest ceiling in the competitive stage list.
And Stu, what a creative opportunity there to reset the ledge scenario from Deltaforce. First, you saw him throw the bomb down so that Synnister had to jump in and swing at it. Because he swings at the bomb and hits it, right? He's put in, again, the hit pause state, right? We talked about hit lag extensions. But that means he's inactionable for longer before he hits the ground, which gives Deltaforce this extra window to run in, find the grab, and throw him back to lead. On the reset, same thing. That bomb bouncing means that you either have to shield, in which case you get grabbed, throw out a panic option, in which case Deltaforce can react to it, and as we saw, you get grabbed, or you get hit by bomb, and you get grabbed. So Deltaforce has just done a really good job here playing this discipline game, setting up these awkward situations to find grab resets and not force the issue before Ken's positioning causes his own demise.
And now as we go to Hollow Bastion for game number 2, the obviously there's a rationale here from Synnister, but what do you think that might be? Obviously, I think that middle platform placement is going to come into play in one respect or another, but I'd have to imagine maybe just a little bit more of an area in order to catch landings could not possibly hurt Deltaforce either.
No, I don't think it hurts Deltaforce at all, but Ken's combos on this stage are just not okay. Like, if you've seen any of the top level Kens play on this stage, what they're able to find, whether it's Andres FN at like S Factor or someone like Jazo at Patchwork, right? We saw this summer just so many runs, so many disgusting wins happen on Hollow Bastion in particular. Ken's ability to use that center platform could not be underestimated, and the top blast zone is so conducive to finding those Shoryu kills.
You're absolutely right. I mean, that is the bread and butter for Ken, is it not? Finding that dragon punch, but it's about finding the opportunity to even get it, and Synnister is going to get caught there as they're after a bit of a swing and a miss, and that's what it takes. Sometimes you are going to strike out on those. Ask any Mets fan, but you are going to see now the.
Dude, you can't throw that out. They qualified for the playoffs today.
They did, but who won the division? Go Phils. So we are going to see now. Yeah, Synnister is going to be up 2 stocks. But yeah, again, you know that it's bad when my dog starts barking at it. It's going to be the forward airs, and yeah, Deltaforce right now holding court on the ledge and is going to even this game up real quick. And I mean, you're talking about the difference. It could very well come down to experience, Ritual.
Yes, dude, and that bomb drop, right, that bomb ledge trap setup, we talked about it against Infernape, and there it was again, doing the same work against Synnister, who now has to be careful. He just has to burn his jump. Beautiful discipline, and because if he threw it out of frame early, that arrow would have sniped it. That would have been all she wrote. However, the neutral air, Deltaforce not going to go down just yet. This one, even though the percents are in the orange, Stu, this one is nearing a close. These these players both so capable of taking a stock here.
Yeah, if Deltaforce takes this one, I imagine that would have to be a really big hit to the morale of Synnister, because like you said, this is a stage it's pretty conducive for the offensive advantage, and Deltaforce was able to utilize, again, really good ledge play in order to neutralize that. You got up right into the swinging sword, and again, Deltaforce, just a little bit of a veteran presence, showing why they're the top seed in this tournament, going up 2-0.
And if we have time production to take a second, yeah, right here at the end of this game, right there, if we could jump back for a second, or if not, that's totally okay as well. You saw those double weak down tilt. He had the opening there on that last stock. He just didn't commit. He didn't confirm to find a Shoryu just like that one. And the difference was that when he tried to reset, right, when he tried to get a little tricky on the mix because of his own indecision, Deltaforce just reared his head right back with the discipline, with the experience you mentioned, and stole the game away. So Synnister's now going to have to find a devious lick of his own if he wants to stay in this set, because otherwise, dude, it might be the start of a villain origin story.
I mean, could very well be the case, but at the same time, this is just what Deltaforce is able to do. You are confounded by these projectiles so often, and you underestimate perhaps the normals and the aerials of regular Link just because you hear about Young Link or Toon Link so much that you just forget that this is Deltaforce you're talking about. This is someone who, again, has been playing this character since the game's launch, has been through every single iteration of this character, saw this character top 8 a tournament, a major tournament, in the very first, 3-month period of this game. Not going to name the player, but you already know is that a glitch. And this is someone who has studied this character and studied it inside and out, studied every single matchup. This guy's fought as many Kens as I think have been through the doors of Tri-State tournaments, going all the way back to the tournaments in Linden, New Jersey at the Starlight Ballroom, the first editions of Fusion, in fact. So this is someone who you do not want to be underestimating, and Synnister is learning that very quickly, because this is someone who can make you doubt your entire offense. So I don't necessarily blame Synnister for having doubted themselves in that instance.
And it's hard too, right, when you play just a character like Kenner, who is just so high commitment on every interaction, right? This is not a character who's gonna try and drop their combo 6 times to mix you and get a little cheeky, right? He's the one who has to pick his spot, but once he finds his way in, that's where he gets terrifying. And especially as the set's gone on, we've just seen Synnister not have spots to pick, right? The wall of defense Deltaforce has been throwing out is immaculate right now, Stu.
Now, you got to appreciate what you've been seeing thus far. It's just, if nothing else, it becomes the unstoppable force, meaning the immovable object. But what are you going to do when you try to slam your head into a wall? The wall does not give. Deltaforce now on the set stock, but Synnister will be fighting back, and will be doing so at 1 stock apiece, Ritual.
Okay, now it's gonna be up to Deltaforce to find his way back and take this stage control away. He does with just the slightest of cross-ups, but that's all you need. Ken has to find his way away. Synnister is in a terrible spot right now against Deltaforce and against Link, but the scramble, these two are switching sides like flies, neither one able to get away, and every second this goes on, every second this percent ticks higher, it leans more in Deltaforce's favor, though if he's not careful, all it's going to take is the one combo and turn from Synnister.
Yeah, you're in a real danger zone here, but you're going to get caught with the trade. Synnister getting absolutely cleared out at the ledge, and Deltaforce. With a name like Delta, you already know good things come in threes. Welcome to Grand Finals, to the #1 seed and an absolute veteran of the scene, Deltaforce.
Listen, man, you said he was in the danger zone. That guy took the highway to get there. And yeah, I'm on the classic rock references tonight because we are jamming out here. These games have been immaculate, and so has this play. Like some of these cross-ups, that back air into the short to reset, to find that opening from Synnister was so creative, even though it didn't end up in the game, as were some of those empty hops, but that's what I was talking about before. You never saw Deltaforce bite on a single one of those baits, right? On a single one of those mixed swings. And when Synnister had to rely and resort to only the true combos, to only picking those spots and fighting the honest Ken Masters game, he just didn't have enough opportunities to keep up.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate the Kenny Loggins reference, by the way. But you are seeing, again, 2-0 at this point and taking full control of this one. Again, it's just because you're doing such a good job at ledge. You know already, and you know this, from watching Sumo, is that you are in real danger when you are at the ledge, because that is where you don't necessarily live on that thing. You die on it. It is really high risk, can be high reward, but if you're not able to get a grip on anything, then you are in a mountain of trouble. And frankly, it's just lower commitment for the Ken to have to do anything, because you're getting that trade, and when you are making the opponent approach you, you already know that you have the advantage because you have your set feet. You can just swing away however you will, and you're able to react and counterpunch and do things that way. So quickness of the blade does not necessarily matter in that instance. Deltaforce, well aware of that.